Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder once again, this time with the Best of Redditor update story for you. Heck yes, this one is titled, I Saw My Stepmom's Reddit account and found out that she hates me and my siblings. I'm really pissed off and I want to vent. I even cried reading the things she said and I don't know what to do. I don't need any advice, I just want to vent. My father has been married to my stepmother for 5 years. He has been divorced from my mother since my younger brother was 2 years old. There's no beef between them and they have great co-parenting. I have a 17-year-old sister and a 16-year-old brother, and I'm 25. Then my father has a 3-year-old son with my stepmother. I found her Reddit account in a pretty random way. Since I'm only home on the weekends, I let her use my computer. She forgot to close her email because I was able to come home during the week. She doesn't post too much, but she comments too much. I was honestly going to close the email, but it caught my attention that all the replies were from a step-parent subreddit, so curiosity won me over. I know, it's not a good thing to do, and curiosity killed the cat, and blah, blah, blah. The first thing I saw was her last post in which she detailed things about my life in a random Reddit sub, criticizing my decisions and even lying to get people to support her. She has posted on that site talking about how happy she feels when my siblings are not at home. Even the police know. I'm like, all right, fine, we'll go get her. My sister adores her. But she has comments talking about how she can't wait for them to turn 18 and leave the house because she just wants to share the house with her family, my father and her toddler. It seems that she doesn't see us as her family. She has a lot of comments answering other people that it's totally okay to not love your stepchildren because they're not family, and it's okay to not consider them one. She has comments talking about how much it bothers her when my dad and my brother have sleepovers. They just watch a series in the playroom and then go to sleep. And she is tired of hearing the laughter of a teenager and can't wait until we all leave the house so my father can be with his real family. This bitch. I have words, but we have more story. But what she hates the most is having to learn sign language for my little sister. Oh, you gotta be shitting. It had always seemed strange to me that stepmom still struggles with sign language, but now I know that she never really put in the effort to learn. My sister always said that for many people, sign language is very difficult, so I never said anything. But now I know that she always found stupid to learn how to communicate with my sister when my sister always tried to help her. I was too surprised by the hatred she has when my father spends time with me and my sister. Her jealousy towards us is so obvious that it disgusts me that there were so many people who told her how they feel the same way about their SDs, to the point of sexualizing things, saying too much disgusting things that I don't even want to say here. My siblings are not problem children. They even love her very much, and what fills me with anger the most is that she is so false in front of us. Do you know the number of times I offered to babysit my half-brother so she and my dad could go on a date? All those times she refused to let me take care of him, but now I saw comments that she left about how I am living at my father's house, and I don't help her at all. Only for other people to respond saying that she should give my father an ultimatum to make me leave because I'm too old to live with him, and he has a new family. I cook my food, do my laundry, help my father pay the bills while she doesn't, and normally only come home on the weekends because I'm doing police academy for almost a full week. I don't even care if I'm making too obvious who I am. It was my father who told me to move back with him so that when I come back from the academy on Friday nights, it'll be a shorter trip. She sexualizes my interactions with my father, saying it is not normal for me to sleep a nap hugging him, and that I should know my place. He is my father. What the hell is wrong with her? I'm so disgusted. I have the comments. I have the post. I even have comments from years ago, and I will use them. I don't care. Comments. Show dad her posts. Another comment. This, show your father what she really thinks of you all, because once you're all eventually out and she gets her way, she's going to work double time to keep it that way and isolate him. I would agree with that. Okay, there is an update here. Before we dive into that update, what pisses me off the most about this actually isn't the sign language thing, which is terrible. She's a terrible person. There's no doubt about that. What pisses me off the most about this is that she is missing such an opportunity here. You don't have to be besties. You don't even have to get along great, but being able to be a bonus parent figure to another child is an opportunity. Is an opportunity to grow your heart. Is an opportunity to be a part of someone else's life in a constructive way. It is an opportunity that she had just never had any interest in. And just because they're there, she's inconvenienced by them, and she has to go online and lie to justify these feelings to herself and to the outward world. Like she thinks she's become some kind of authority on the subject now. This is just a terrible person. Your father needs to know. He's got to know who he's with. He's got to know. So, a couple questions on this. OP is 25. 17-year-old sister, 16-year-old brother, and OP's 25. And is only there on weekends. Yeah, you got to tell him. Scorched earth, yes. And you got to do it quick. I feel like you got to do it quick before she has time to form an alibi here. Update, I deleted the post a few hours later. Hi, I decided to delete the post because for now, I can't tell anyone what happened because I'll basically be locked up in the academy until Friday morning. In fact, I shouldn't even be using my cell phone right now. So someone with too much free time shared the situation in that sub of step-parents to warn my stepmom. So let me get this straight. There's a group of really shitty step-parents that have formed some kind of alliance on Reddit to collectively hate and work against their stepchildren? Cool. At least they've rounded them up for us. The sub has 82,000 members. Oh my gosh. I have screenshots of everything, including a video showing that it is her email and showing the comments. If she sees that post, what will she do? Delete the account? I already have the proofs. But I don't want my siblings to find out before I tell them. And I know that those types of posts usually end up in those TikToks that re-upload posts without permission. So I prefer to delete the post so that it doesn't stand out even more. Although my siblings don't use Reddit or that kind of content. I'm going to post again in that sub when I talk about everything with my family, so I hope Redditors know how to keep the secret of the post for now. I know they won't. Haha. Being a stepmom is hard. Yes, one thing is feeling that you're having a hard time, and another totally different thing is making a post saying that you hate it when your stepdaughter is around her father because you think she's going to sleep with him? It is not the same to say being a step-parent is stressful than to say, honestly, learning SL is unnecessary because when the girl turns 18, I will not see her again. It is a waste of time since she can read lips. I mean, she earned this award a long time ago, but we're officially giving her the bizzo here. Also, some people complained about my hugging my dad. I also take a nap hugging my mother or my siblings. I'm sorry for having a family that loves me and are not perverts who see a hug as something sexual. Probably next week I will be able to maybe give an update. The academy keeps me working almost all day. Update 2 to 3 days later. I talked with my siblings and my mom. Hi, for now I'm going to post this little update here since I haven't spoken to my father yet, but I spoke with my siblings and my mom. I told my dad that I was staying at a friend's house when I left the academy, but actually went to my mom's house and told her everything. She doesn't even know what Reddit is. The site isn't used too much here. But I translated the comments and post for her. I showed her the videos and my mom was furious. I explained to her that in the comments, BM, it's Madre Biologica. I was confused about it too the first time I read that, also with SM. So my SM also made comments and posts complaining about my mother being that they have always had a cordial treatment. Wow. But still, my SM was lying, saying that my mother was troublesome. No one in the comments said anything. Everyone supported her, and they recommended that she should move far away with her legal family, far away from the problematic BM and kids. First, we told my brother, who was also upset, and said that she was a fake, but that he had seen her ignore my sister and pretend that she does not see or hear her a lot of times. He explained that, like me, it also seems strange to him that SM has not learned sign language. My siblings spend a lot of time at my father's house. Just like English or Spanish, sign language is much easier to learn if you live with someone who uses it every day. Therefore, it is strange that SM doesn't use it. He said that even my father, who offered to pay for her classes, but she says she doesn't have time. We asked him if he noticed any other behavior of that kind, and he said that SM doesn't let him take care of our younger brother, which she also does with me, but curiously, she does let our sister take care of him, so I don't understand that. Other than that, she's never treated him badly or anything like that. At the time of telling my sister, she was the most hurt. She cried especially because of SM's comments towards me, calling me a whore. It's kind of ironic how the comments towards her affected me and the comments towards me affect her. Haha. Something that my sister noticed that I didn't is that almost all of SM's comments are criticizing me, my sister, and even my mother, but my brother, she was only criticized sleepovers, or when he comes back late from being with friends. But she has criticized my and my sister's clothes, made up things about my life, confessed that she hates it when we hug our father. She said we're too clingy. She talked badly about my mother, etc. My sister said it's sexist and maybe she got some mental problems, or she's got a jealousy issue. My sister said she always believed SM didn't really hear her, and she maybe wasn't speaking well and didn't understand her. I think that's the shittiest thing of all. My sister's greatest pride is being able to pronounce some words no matter how short they are, or if they sound like noise for some people. We understand her, but SM made her feel insecure every time she ignored her. I know that my sister always justified that by believing it was her mistake and that SM made an effort to learn, but it was simply more difficult for her. But now we know that no, she was never interested in learning. I'm getting mad again as I write this. Sorry. My mother said she was going to talk to both of them, mainly because even though it's an anonymous site, SM's way of expressing herself is sick, and she's not going to let my siblings be around someone like that. Oh, but she's venting. Being a stepmom is lonely. I received comments like that. It's not the same to say I feel lonely and I feel stressed than to say my stepdaughter behaves like a slut just because and my minor sister uses a bikini for the pool. Her account is old. She's been leaving comments like that for years with lies and complaints we never heard before. It's just messed up. We arranged that we're going to tell our father all together and show him everything, so we're probably going to tell him tomorrow because I need to leave to the academy on Monday. My SM account is not deleted. It's crazy how she makes things up to get approval from strangers. At this point, I don't even know if she's crazy or a mythomaniac. I would like to go back to her email since the password is saved, but I don't know if she will receive a notification of that because this time I closed the account. Update. All right, update 2 days after previous update. We talked to my father over the weekend. For now, he is staying at my mother's house. Well, good for him. It is a complicated situation since in the middle of everything is my half-sibling too. During the weekend, I went to my father's house, and the first thing I did was tell my stepmom separately that I've seen her Reddit account and I'm going to talk about it with my dad. She told me that I can't condemn her for something she uses as an intimate diary, but I told her that this is not a diary. It's a social network where she makes her problems and lies public. If someone other than me discovered her account, then what was going to happen? Were they going to believe all the things she invented? If her identity was revealed on that account by someone else, I would have too many problems and could even be kicked out of the academy. Again, there's a big difference between saying I'm stressed and my stepdaughters behave like sluts around their father. I simply told her that my mother and sister also know it and would come to talk about it too. She, for obvious reasons, just went to lock herself in the room, not wanting to talk with me. Once we talked to my father, I showed him most of the posts and comments. There were so many crazy comments that I think it would take me too long to read them all because they were just so long, too. She's that kind of person who comments the bio of their lives and the posts of other people. My father got angry. My stepmom never expressed having a single problem with us like that. The situation would be different if we knew what she thinks about us. My father went to look for my stepmom, who refused to talk about it and was mostly angry with me for violating her privacy. My father told her that she's insane for thinking that my sister and I sexually provoked him and that he can't believe the way she talks about my sister and the happiness she expresses every time my sister goes to the hospital and is not home, how she expresses to be counting the days until my sibling stops going to the house forever. My father told her that she knew that he is a father and that he would never leave us aside. She made her decision, and even so, instead of talking about her problem, she decided to create an account to play at being a victim. She said she needs a place to vent, but he told her that venting is not the same as telling lies. Venting is not the same as hating your stepdaughters and talking horrible things about them, and she could have spoken about it and not just lie. They argued a lot, but it didn't get anywhere because she kept defending herself, and my father only told her that it was over. My mother told my father that she is not going to let my sister and brother be around a woman who is clearly mentally unstable because no normal person thinks like that. After arguing too much and even trying to make SM understand that what she did is wrong, she just justified herself all the time. My father went with us and told her that he is going to come back just to see my brother every day, but that he no longer trusts her and never saw that side of her. She lied for so many years. Well, you're leaving the little brother there? I don't know about that. Nothing really went as I expected because I expected her to be more mature. I think I at least hoped that she could apologize, but I think she doesn't even think that what she did is wrong. In her mind, everything was totally justified because being a step-parent is difficult, but nothing justifies being so cruel and poisonous. But yeah, that's what happened. I think it's hurtful to know that someone can hide that much darkness inside. I wasn't too close with her, but I liked her, to the point of sharing my clothes and things with her, so I also feel sad about it, mostly for my dad. Wait, you shared your clothes that she hated and made fun of? That's funny. I would also like to say that she is insane, but I think that I would give room to justify her behavior. She is simply a two-headed viper. Damn. Comments. One comment, wow, just wow. You think you know someone and then 1 second, bam! I'm so sorry you and your family are dealing with this. The SM is off her rocker. Does she need constant attention and approval? She needs therapy, and most likely the whole family, because this is a traumatic event and major trust issues are now forming. Stay well, stay strong, OP. Another comment, I'm happy that your father stood up for you all. I got kicked out of a step-parent Reddit because it was clear that some step-parents were unhinged and hated their stepkids with a passion. So that's a thing with 82,000 people there. Oh my goodness. They're not all unhinged? Okay, well, you know what? Who's here to help give us some feedback? As I let my brain recover for 30 seconds from reading what the hell I just wrote, we're going to get Candy Thunder up here to talk about this for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the gorgeous, the brilliant Candy Thunder.
You know, I feel like it's people like this that think that stepmoms are supposed to treat their stepkids like this. The mythomania thing was like, I don't know, it hit something with me, but I'd been a mom for 4 years when I met Dustin, and he had 3 kids and I had 1. So I went from having 1 child to having 4 children.
5 if you count me.
In a very short time. And I'm not going to lie and say that I like, there were moments where I was like, I don't know if I can, this is a lot. I don't know if I can do this, because going from 1 to 4 is not a simple thing. But I did it, and I would never, ever trade anything, because they are my kids. Like, when I talk about my kids, I don't just talk about Ava and Navy. Do I have them more? Yes, but I do not think of Kieran as not also my daughter, or Brady is not also my son, or Caden not also my son. They are our children. And if I didn't think that I could do it, I would not have stayed married to you. Like, I mean, I would have never married you if I didn't think that I could do this. Like, I would never have put those kids through something, because that's, I mean, at the end of the day, this woman completely like pulled the veil over the dad, and knew that she didn't like the kids, still married him, and still chose to have a child with this man, a child who I can only think that she's going to teach the ways that she herself acts, which is terrible. And for me, it's like, how could you do that to children? I do not understand. How could you marry someone that has children and already know that you don't like those children? Or maybe she doesn't like children, then that's fine, but don't marry somebody with kids and treat them cruel. Like, that is just for me, that is one of the worst things you could do.
It's a package deal. Like, when you're choosing to enter, not even just marriage, but when you're choosing to enter a relationship with someone who has children, you're accepting that whole package.
Right.
Because it's part of who they are. Like, it's not, and then if you're choosing to move forward and go and marry that person, you've got, your family just grew a lot. Like, that's what it is. And it's not always going to be easy. And there are additional complications with being a bonus parent, but it's worth it.
Right.
And her never even giving it a chance, just deciding from the very beginning that she was going to be selfish and just wait it out, and then secretly, silently hate them.
And they liked her. Yeah. I mean, like, they said that they enjoyed her company. And to find out that somebody that you counted as part of your family actually hates you. And it's so, I can't imagine being so shallow and insecure that I would get upset at Kieran hugging her dad. But I cannot imagine being that insecure that you're like, that you see a daughter hugging her dad and you're like, I don't like that. No,
get off my man.
Yeah. Ew, come on. Like, a daughter like was hugging her dad for security, for love, and you found something sinister in that, and that is so. This woman just makes me mad.
Seems like it's all additional ammo for her, right? It is like, I'm going to take anything that I can find, twist it into a negative thing, and I'm going to start racking them up. Is it 82,000 people who all hate their stepkids, or this is it generally a step parent support group?
I think it's both, but I also think that there's people that, I mean, from what I saw, it's like, I don't like the way that my stepdaughter held our new baby. Or things like that. And I need to talk to my husband about it.
So it's mostly like normal problems.
Yeah, but I don't know.
She did not sexualize anything with the son. This was only targeted at the girls.
Yep, calling them birds and sluts and all things bad, which is, I cannot imagine ever like doing that to a relationship between my husband and his daughter. Like, I cannot imagine being that. So, stepmom, you can right off. Oh, and when you get there, off again. And then one more time, just for fun.
Hey, we better put it into sign language.
I love it.